Hey guys, good Monday morning. Tanner Flowers here, and I'm happy to be with you, and happy to be coming to you from where I'm at, Shepherdsville, Kentucky. You might be saying, well, Tanner, what are you doing in Shepherdsville, Kentucky? Well, the reason I'm here is because of a little beaver. And I'm talking about a beaver just like the beaver on my shirt. And his name's Justin Beaver. Not Justin Bieber the singer, Justin Beaver the beaver. So if you guys will go to YouTube right now, search Justin Beaver, look at the millions of views that this little rescue beaver's gotten. And guys, we are going to be building this special little beaver, its own pond right here, that he can go in here and build dams and live just like he lives in the wild pretty much. There's going to be a live webcam on him, so you guys are going to be able to see footage and follow along Justin as he goes throughout his life. Here is the rocks that we're going to be using on this project. Wow, look at all that moss. Oh, I love this stuff. Oh, it's going to look great. Here's my buddy John showing up. Hello, John. So we get out of the hotel this morning. I open my door. He opens his door. He's in a hotel right across from me. Didn't even know it. So John and I live about 45 minutes apart. John's been building ponds for over 20 years. He's one of the best in the business. And I hope one day I'll be as good at building these things as he and his crew are. So stay tuned, guys. I want to give you guys all a shot of what it looks like right now. And hopefully by later this evening, you guys are going to be blown away, and hopefully we have some running water. And I can't wait to meet Justin. Hopefully we all get to see him today. We got multiple mini excavators on site. Everybody's still pouring in. Can't wait to work alongside Ed Ballou again. Greg Whitstock, the pond guy's here.
When we were digging, Joe found the septic system. So we had to kind of redo things a little bit. Basically what we did, we flipped everything over to the other side. We have a similar grade change with everything, but actually what's nice about this, we actually have a better backdrop for it. So this is going to be better for, you know, little pictures and all that type of stuff. So it's going to really work well here. So we have our wetland filter up in here. This is going to give us the water quality that we're looking for the beaver and for any other animals that they end up putting inside of here. We're going to have a little stream that's going to connect from here down into the main pond. The challenge with this is beavers are going to create dams. So what we have to do with this, and we're going to be kind of doing things on the fly, we have to figure out a way, and I have a couple little sketches here. If he dams up a part of the stream, the water level is going to raise up. So typically it would overflow our liner and cause a problem. So what we want to do here is we want to create an area that once he dams it, the water is going to raise up and it's going to flow over into a drainage system. It's going to go over into a layer of aqua blocks that are going to be strategically positioned between some of the bigger boulders and things like that. So we're going to have like weeping areas for all that excess water to continue its way back down into our pond. Our pumps are going to be located over at this far end. So what we're going to do over here, instead of normally we would have a skimmer on a project, but I've done some projects where we had beavers come in and they would dam up our intakes. They would dam up the pumps because anywhere where there's flowing water, they want to stop it. What they're trying to do is they're trying to create a pooling area that they could live in. So what we want to do here is we're going to have our pump vaults tucked over in the corner, and what we're doing is creating more of a wet well. So we're not actually going to create a skimmer. We're actually going to have aqua blocks directly on the bottom, so we're going to be drawing a portion of water from the bottom as well as from the surface. So it's not going to work as well for leaf debris and stuff like that, but if we were to do a traditional skimmer system, he would totally dam it off and he would block it off and it would cause trouble. And all the water would stop, it would starve our pumps out, it would cause bigger problems. So we have to make sure, we're always going to be thinking on this project about some of the damage that they can create. With that said, they also chew through everything. So on top of our rubber liner, we're going to use what we call concrete cloth. So over every square foot of liner here, we're going to cover it up with a concrete canvas, which we use on commercial projects. We use it on interactive projects where kids are involved and things like that. But we're going to create a barrier that he's not going to be able to chew through. And then on top of that, we're going to place many, many tons of all these boulders. So big boulders on the outside perimeter. The bottom of this pond, I have a pallet of flagstone coming. So we're going to cover the concrete cloth up with slabs of stone as well. So we're just going to literally have little joints of gravel going through the bottom. Most of the gravel that we have that we're getting is going to be used for backfill. So again, multiple layers of protection. We have our rubber liner, we have concrete cloth, we have gravel backfill, we have boulders. So all these things are going to be just different layers of protection that we have. From here, the pump's going to come right up to the top. We're going to dump water into our snorkel centipede system. That water's just going to recirculate and turn itself around. So again, it's very similar to our standard construction, but we have a few little things that we have to modify in order to make it beaver-proof, basically.
That's a first. Listen, we've been doing this for 27 years, and this is the first time we've ever tried to figure out how to outsmart a beaver.
Yep, yep.
Who's smarter, Ed or the beaver?
Yeah, I'm going to say the beaver.
No, we don't want to say that.
So what we're doing here, this is going to have our pumps inside of it. Just trying to lay everything out with our aqua blocks to kind of get a footprint for this. Now normally, in a normal pond application, we would have a ridge of soil separating the pump area from the pond. And the reason we do that is it creates that skimming effect. But here in this application, we want to have that water getting drawn in from the bottom as well as the top. So we're just trying to tuck it here in the corner. I don't want to get too close to this side because this is where that beaver den is going to be. So we want to try to keep away from that area. So I'm just going to mark this out. We got to dig this down 7 inches below the area that we're standing. We also have to level this spot out a little bit better. So let's kind of get a rough mark here, just so we kind of know where everything's at. We can level that area down a little bit better. I'm also going to mark that. Let's pull those 2 panels out. Go all the way to there. All right.
Okay guys, I want to give you all a quick update. We've got our underlayment down inside the pond now. We're getting ready to bring our liner down, which they're bringing right now on the Mini X. We'll get it stretched out and put inside here. I'll take you guys over here and show you where this water is going to return at. What we've been over here digging in. And down inside here is going to be one of our centipede systems. So a pipe is going to go down and connect to that, which will be down in here in this trench, which will dispense this water up slowly through here and make its way over back inside the main pond. So once again guys, everything is now cleaned out. Underlayment and liner is happening now. So guys, the centipede system that I was just talking about, this end here is going to connect right here to the bottom of this clean out vault. And so this will be placed right down here where he's digging right now. And then once that is down inside here, you can then take this lid off, and then every so often, annually, however you decide to do your clean out, whenever it's necessary, you drop your utility pump down inside here, and that will remove all the sedimentation that's been building up from within that centipede. So guys, that's how that clean out system is going to work. I just want to share that with you before we get it buried. So behind me here guys, you'll see another piece of our rock pad. I've got it stretched out all the way up through here. I'm getting ready to walk off approximately 20 feet. I'm going to cut that off, and we're going to take this piece down inside there, and that's going to be our underlayment for the return area that I was just sharing with you guys. So here, let's walk this off and get this piece cut. Guys, if you're sitting there wondering how in the world do we ever do these jobs so fast when all of the whole aquascape crew is on these builds together, well, let me flip it around and just look at this right here that I'm looking at. Let me zoom in a little bit guys and show you. That's how it gets done, guys. Look at that team working, guys. Teamwork makes the dream work. So I just wanted to share with all of you that's going to be watching this video. I can't be taking full credit for this build, guys. I'm just a small part of the puzzle, putting it all together. So just wanted to share with you guys how much work's going on down there that you might not be getting to see otherwise. So full crew of people, everyone working their butts off. Let's get back at it and join them. This is our rock pad, guys. And then our liner is next, which is a 40 mil EPDM. Ed, what's EPDM stand for?
Ethylene propylene diene monomer polymer.
You got it, guys. And then on top of that liner, what they're rolling up now is our concrete cloths. So guys, if I get a close up of this, this is going to go this is going to go on top of the liner itself, and you see how thick that is? Gives you a close up of that. What happens, guys, is once water combines with this, it reacts, and this is going to turn into solid concrete to prevent Justin Beaver from being able to get down there and tear up our liner, or should I say Justin's liner. And this is how the concrete cloth gets put in place. See if I can get over here, guys. Get you a better shot.
They got to bring that rock down on me. All right. Hey, look easy. All right.
Once again, guys, we're going to line that entire thing with the concrete cloth. We don't want Justin tearing up that liner anywhere. Tell them a little bit about what's going on there, Ed.
All right, so what we have is we're putting in an intake bay. An intake bay is basically we have a pump vault, and then we have some of these aqua blocks in place. This is going to act as a pre-filter. So what's going to happen is the pump is going to be drawing water in. All the water from the pond has to come through this area, down through these blocks, and make its way over into the pump. So this is basically going to be a big pre-filter. It's going to keep all that leaf debris from clogging up the pumps. So when we do maintenance, you come in and you clean out this area periodically throughout the season. Obviously during fall when all these leaves dump down, it's going to be on a regular basis. But during the summertime, you can go for weeks without ever having to touch this. It's going to increase the effectiveness of the entire system, because what happens with what causes a biological filter to fail is it gets gummed up with organic debris. So that's like leaves, lawn clippings, and things like that. If that stuff gets chewed up in the pump and gets passed through to our wetland filter, it clogs it up and it decreases the efficiency. So we want to remove that, and that's exactly what this is going to do for us.
Boom. One time, baby.
As we are beginning placing boulders now, check out the progress in the bottom of the pond. This is Joey right here, and he is currently building in place, which is going to be used as a beaver den for Justin. And the idea is he's going to make a cavity back inside here where Justin can go down and swim underneath these rocks. There's going to be another rock here. There'll be an opening right there that he can swim under and go inside that area there and play. And this is the progress shot so far of our pump vault and our aqua blocks, which are now backfilled with our river rock around the sides. And of course there'll be larger grade rock going above all of that. So here's our progress up till now, and as always, I will be back with more shortly. Okay guys, so Chris and myself have been down here getting this hardware cloth put inside here because we don't want Justin coming down here, digging these rocks up and then chewing through our aqua blocks. So we put our hardware cloth down just like what we would do on any of our wildlife jobs. Aside from that, we don't use the 1/2 inch, of course, on the wildlife jobs. We use the 1/4 inch because we're always dealing with things like rodents, mice, things like that. We can't have any of those getting back through the 1/2 inch, where if we use that size with wildlife problems, of course, we get rodents through them. Let me take you guys over here. I'll show you a little bit more of the progress in the bottom. And then I want to take you guys over back here to our wetland area that these guys are working on now. Remember, before we had that centipede module in the bottom. That's going to allow all that water to dispense up through there, and at the same time, keep in mind that water is going to be coming up slow. It's going to allow the sedimentation enough time to fall down, and like we already discussed in the earlier part of the video, right there will be where we can drop the pump in annually to pump out any sediment debris. That water is going to flow over into there and then into this. Go ahead and tell me.
What's that?
Go ahead and say what you want to say.
So basically here we've got our wetland filter system. This contains a dozen aqua blocks, a centipede, and a snorkel. So the snorkel is basically just a clean out. The centipede is a sedimentation chamber and a water distribution mechanism, I guess you could say. It allows water to get pushed through this pipe across the bottom of this pit evenly up to the snorkel, and then it'll go through a layer of aqua blocks and then through all of this rock and gravel that we're putting down here right now. So that's kind of what filters out this.
Awesome. That should give us our clarity that we are always known for here at Aquascape, and the crystal clear water that you will see in all of our certified features.
So we have a pallet of flagstone. We're going to put that down in the bottom of the pond instead of just normal river rock. The reason we're doing that is really simple. Even though we have that concrete cloth in there, we want an extra layer of protection. These animals are industrious. They're troublesome. They're going to get in. They're going to move stuff. They're going to dig around. So that layer of flagstone on the bottom is really going to lock everything in place, and it's going to provide that secondary level of protection. Over here on top of our aqua blocks, we got our metal, our screening on top of that to protect the aqua blocks. What we're going to try to do right now is just finish these rocks up in here. While that's filling with water, we can do all of this stuff, and then we can start washing and cleaning this. Then that last section is doing that stream over there. So I know I wanted to get this done, but what I didn't think we were going to have done was the wetland. So we got the wetland done. So we were kind of doing two things at once, which is good because it allowed us to kind of split people up a little bit. So I think overall it was a really effective morning. My biggest concern is going to be filling this up with water though. So hopefully we can get an extra hose in here.
We got 150 feet of hose.
Perfect.
So it should be good.
And here comes another load of rock now. And now that the rock is dumped, guys, while everyone's at lunch, I'll give all of you a quick walk around and give you guys, well, if I can walk around this thing without falling down. That's one thing about our job sites, guys, in the middle of construction. Got to really, really watch your step, especially when you're filming, like I'm always doing, because I'm trying to look at this screen, trying to make sure I'm giving you guys all a good shot so you can see everything that's going on. And a lot of times I'm not paying attention to where I'm stepping, and I always end up about doing a backflip over the top of stuff. So as you can see, there's been a ton of progress made since we arrived this morning. They've already got the wetland area nearly completely filled up with water. We will begin filling the pond up next. I'll walk over here and give you guys a quick shot looking back that way. Then I may go sit down for a few minutes myself and try to recuperate. A lot of you know I've got to have elbow surgery, not this Friday, but next Friday. And if you want to know the truth about it, my arm is not feeling good at all right now. Ed just gave me 2 ibuprofens. Guys, I haven't taken an ibuprofen in probably 6 or 7 years. I don't take anything. I mean, I've got to be in bad shape before I take anything, guys, and I'm just telling you. The old elbow is giving me a little bit of throbbing today. But I know I shouldn't be over here picking all these rocks up neither, and unfortunately for me, that's about all this job entails, is picking up rocks. But it is one of my favorite things to do, and I am enjoying this build, happy to be a part of it, and can't wait to share the finished result with all of you here in just a matter of hours. I'm really hoping that we get that water running today before everyone heads out. So stick with us, guys, and we'll talk to you all again soon.
Well, first of all, this is a really cool story of how you started. I mean, you were literally at a campsite and somebody had 2 baby possums, and those 2 possums literally have changed the course of your life and many lucky animals.
Absolutely. Chester and Peanut changed my life. So I was camping one night and some lady had 2 baby possums, and I had been volunteering at our local zoo for several years, and I thought, well, I at least have a little bit better background knowledge, so I'll just take these possums from you and I'll take care of them.
And this was like 8-9 years ago?
That was in 2008.
Yep.
So I realized there was nobody in our community offering these services for wildlife, local wildlife. Started off receiving about 50 phone calls each year. We're up to well over 3,000 phone calls each year. So
wow.
People are learning that we're around. They're learning that they should not be trying to take care or keep wildlife on their own. It's illegal and it poses all sorts of potential dangers.
So the number one way that you get animals is for, like, you know, development, trees being cut down, road injuries.
Absolutely. It's because more and more wildlife is forced to come into closer to human contact. So 90% of our animals are due to human encroachment. It's not natural causes that they're dying of old age or animals are attacking each other. Sometimes that happens. Unfortunately, some of the animals that come in are due to foul play with people. We had an adult opossum come in this year that somebody's grandmother put it in a garbage can and poured an entire gallon of bleach on it, followed by some other chemicals. So that was sad to see. So we had to go into quick action. But most of the time, they're cut from trees, pesticides, cats, dog and cats. No, and we had that opossum in the bathtub within 20 minutes of that phone call, trying to counteract the acidity and everything. So no, just it went in the lungs and there was nothing.
Why?
She didn't want it around. Intimidating.
That would be bad. That would be bad. Well, real quick though, tell us the story of
JB.
JB. Yes.
Justin Beaver, or affectionately known as JD to us, he came in as just a little baby, just a couple pounds. He was newly born. However, he said he was orphaned and not close by me. He ended up going to another rehabilitator who had him for a month and decided that beavers are way too high maintenance for her to take care of. So I offered to commit to take care of JB for the remainder of his life. He serves an excellent purpose, very important purpose, to teach people tolerance and coexisting with wildlife. People are not very tolerant with beavers. They do not want them changing the landscaping of their homes, and there are solutions to have beavers stick around and not dam up your property or have flooding on your property. Also, people are not willing to trap and relocate beavers very often at all. When they trap them, they're trapping them underwater, so they're just inhumanely drowning. So JB was just a stray little orphan that ended up with us, and we've had him a little over a year and a half now.
So he has been occupying frequent baths in your bathtub.
Yes, my bathtub is almost too small for this little guy. So he came to my house initially because beavers have such a close family unit. They stay with their parents out in the wild 2 years, which is unlike any other mammal. In a rehab setting, they stay with a rehabilitator sometimes 3 years. It's important that beavers are with other beavers so they know they are beavers. Unfortunately, not a lot of beavers do come in around here in Kentucky. So JB is it for the beavers, so he is continuing to serve the purpose of education. So he had to be at my house. He was too small to come here. He has a small knit family with me. It's kind of a weird family dynamic. He probably thinks my daughter and my mother and father are his siblings, and I am the parental role, but it works out great for him. So when he comes over here, he'll have to have a major transition. He's going to have to come over here for short visits, long visits. I may be camping out here a couple nights when he initially comes.
Well, that's dedication.
And if you guys think it's been crazy so far this morning, take a look at all this commotion we got going on right now. Look at all this, guys. Look at all the hard work. He's moving the one excavator over here to this side now so we can start building in that side of the pond. Check out all these boulders that we've got in place now that they're rinsing off. There's this little hole to go under right there that we talked about earlier. Making our way over to the pump vault there. You see that concrete cloth down in there. See, that's all going to harden up just like it would if it was Quickcrete. It's going to be a rock solid bottom that Justin Beaver will not be able to penetrate and go through. And guys, this thing should give him tons of enjoyment and pleasure to play with for many years to come. Okay guys, we just finished putting our concrete cloth down up here to our upper levels, and if that wasn't enough, check out what's going on here in the bottom. We're putting down layers of flagstone because once again in about 6 to 8 hours this concrete cloth is going to be concrete, so that's probably going to be enough to keep JB from tearing things up. But if that wasn't enough, we're taking it a step further and doing this right here. So Ed, Nick, and Chris are down here right now putting down this stone going in the bottom over the top of the concrete cloth itself. So if that pond bottom is not beaver proof, I don't know what's going to be. So we still got to work on this area here. It's currently, I can't even see about 3 o'clock, and we'll see if we can't get a lot more progress made in the next couple hours. So we're currently in the process of bringing all the hand-sized boulders that we can carry up here to cover up our wetland area. And then Greg's right here in front of us working on this stump that he brought in this morning. I'll try to back up here and get it in a shot for you guys. This is a large stump. It's going to decorate the corner of this pond rather nicely right here in this wetland area. I'm going to step over here to this side and give you guys a shot of what it's going to look like from this angle. See how he's incorporating it right there into the rock wall. And we'll get all that rocked in around it here shortly, and it will appear as if that has been there forever.
Unless Justin decides to sharpen his teeth.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
All right, so Ed, explain where the waterfalls is going to go.
So what we have here is we have our wetland is going to fill up with water. So we have our pump discharging all the water into the bottom. We have all of our different layers of river rock, aqua blocks, etc., which is going to be the main filter. So it's a huge upflow biological filter. All that water is going to come ripping right through this little joint, kind of shooting out this way. Then it's going to turn hard. The way we set this rock in, we're trying to create that bowl type of an effect, which mimics a lot of stuff that happens in nature. When you have these fast-moving streams and waterfalls, it kind of carves out that stone. Again, this is just a limestone material, so it's a relatively soft stone. Now, the challenge that we're having here with this project is because we had the beaver here, if he does decide to dam this up, we want to make sure that this is progressively kind of at a slope. So if he dams it here, the water is going to keep kind of moving itself up. What we're going to also do is we're going to foam in a stone right across here. So what we're going to do is we're also going to put a stone right in here, and we're going to foam that in place. So if the water ever gets too high, it's going to come up and over, down underneath that rock. So we're trying to have multiple areas. We call them weep areas. We normally do this on most ponds, but it's usually really, really small. In this case, we're anticipating they're going to be damming this stuff up. So we want to make sure that we have everything covered. The other thing that we have to do is the entire backside perimeter of this wetland has to be well above this point. So we want to make sure that all of these edges, so we'll take our laser transit, we're going to shoot in elevation here, and we'll check all the way around the perimeter to make sure all that's high enough. So if there is any damming, we have multiple places where that water can get back down into our pond.
The pond is starting to fill up now, guys. I'll take you guys over here now and show you the water level. Not quite where we want it yet, but it is getting close. Looks a lot different from that big hole that you guys saw this morning when we first arrived. Guess who's over here beside me?
What's up, kid?
You know John Adams, the leader of the Adams family, right here in person. Well, guys, this is a first. They've got me inside the mini excavator right now, setting rocks. I'm the one grabbing them and setting them over here as Ed deems necessary on where they need to sit, where they need to be placed. So if there's any casualties reported on this job, unfortunately, you guys, it's pretty safe to assume it's going to be from Tanner Flowers operating this heavy machinery. Stick with us. Let's see if I can keep everybody safe in one piece. Guys, it's 6:20 in the afternoon. Everyone's getting a little bit tired. Me especially. I know I'm wore out. I'm going to flip it around. We got some water running. I'll give you guys a clear shot of it real quick and show you what we've got left to finish. So we're currently over there still working on JB's den area, which is going to be right in there. Remember, he's going to be able to go underneath those rocks, and then we'll go up here and show you the water returning up here. Let me squat down and give you guys a still shot real quick. We're still working on the edge work right now, as you can see all of us doing. Getting ready to get that log set in there. Let me take you guys over here, show you guys these returns real fast. Keep in mind we're not 100% finished at this time, but I want to give you guys an update before we get much further ahead. Check it out. So you guys remember in the beginning of the video that big centipede system's at the very bottom of that, and all that water is going down into that centipede and making its way back up slowly through all of those rocks before it comes down into the pond here. Check it out. We got some nice small waterfalls right here. You can see that water flowing, making its way over there to our pump area, which is located right over there inside that vault. And now I'm going to get back up in here and start working on these edges a little bit more with the guys. Like I said, it's 6:20 in the afternoon. Oh man, I don't know if we're going to get out of here by 7 or not. I was going to drive all the way back home to Cleveland here just shortly. It's about a 5-hour drive home. But guys, I am so tired right now. Whenever we finish up, I'm going to get me a room for one more night. So stay tuned, and then here in just a little bit, hopefully we'll be able to show you guys the conclusion to the Justin Beaver pond build. And guys, we still aren't 100% finished, but we're getting ready to make the big reveal right now to this pond's proud owner, or I guess I should say soon to be proud owner, the caretaker of Justin Beaver himself, Mr. Jed.
goodness. And with the rim lobster there,
Yeah.
oh, you found another, did you get to see that on it?
Yeah. You got those both of that stuff back there.
Yeah, it already looks like Beaver Den on that one.
Isn't this cool?
Yes. And you can't even really tell that that's a filter,
Oh.
so he can get in there.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, because this is all going to be fenced in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to build dams, and then, where's Ed?
Right here.
Come here, Ed. Explain to her how this is built so that she knows. She said, how do I know if there's a problem?
If you,
The
you
water
know,
stops.
well, yeah, basically. Yeah, if the water stops, so you can see where the water level's at. We have an overflow right over here. The water could have to come up probably 2 more inches or so before it starts going out. So right where John is standing there is actually kind of the exit point for JB. So it's kind of like the rock. It's going to have a little cut in it. So if he wants to get out, I mean, he can climb out wherever he wants. So that's an easy spot right there for him. But what will happen if he creates a dam or anything, like in this area here, this will be a key spot where he's going to want to probably dam stuff up. What will happen is we're going to keep pumping water. If he blocks this off, water will keep going to the top. And then it will keep coming in here, and this will raise and raise and raise. But then what happens, it'll start overflowing through all this gravel bed, and it will sneak out.
How cool is that?
And he won't be able to stop
That is a first for us. We have never built a waterfall to leak. This is the first time we ever built a waterfall to leak for you.
Yeah. And we did the same thing up there in the waterfalls as well. If he blocks that off up here, if he blocks anything off in here, there are 2 areas on either side where water can go that way and that way underneath all these rocks.
And if it doesn't work, we're in Chicago, but Andrew is right down the street.
So that Andrew doesn't hear the popcorn.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to dam that whole thing up.
You have no idea.
All right, so do we want to finish up some edging, or do we want to bring the beaver down now?
Well, it's not quite done, so it'd be nice to finish it so then we could just...
We got pizza and beer coming in like 15 minutes.
And it's going to be dark, so I'd rather finish
All right,
it
let's go 15 more minutes, and then we'll bring the beaver.
All we have left is this right here, right?
Yeah.
Get ready for the beaver, guys. Guys, it's currently almost 10 minutes after 7. Sun's going away. We're trying to race against the dark. We're trying to get all this finished up. We've pretty much got all the edge work finished now, all the way around through here. And then, let's see, pretty sure all of this is finished. And now we're just working on finishing up these edges right in here. And then once we get all that wrapped up, I'll give you guys a finished shot of everything. Guys, I'm excited to tell you that she's going up there right now. She's getting Justin. She's getting ready to bring him down here. She's getting ready to introduce him to the pond. Whoa! And I'm tripping all over the place. But I can't wait to show you. Here comes Greg with him now up there. He's got him in a crate. Let me flip the camera around and show you guys Justin. And here he comes, guys. Justin's on his way. There's Justin Beaver himself inside that carrier.
Okay.
What are you saying?
Don't touch it.
There we go.
I'm just going to stand behind Sam. She's in the action all the time.
How about right here, Mama?
Oh, we got a good shot here, John.
Look at you, buddy. Look at you. Look at him.
Here he is, guys. You've all seen him on YouTube. He's a star. He's more famous than the pond guy, they say.
He's a stud.
Justin Beaver.
He is a stud.
Is he more famous than you? I don't know.
Came up and smelled everybody. He smelled just like vanilla.
It's amazing. I knew it. My wife was going to be so happy.
And this, he's not going to like this entrance.
Well, you want to put him lower? Want to put him right down here?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow, guys.
How amazing is this?
There he is.
Really be like a fish in water.
Oh my, he's like, all right. That is the cutest
Oh,
thing I
how
just saw.
sweet. Look at him.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at those feet.
Look at this. This is first look at his pond. It don't get no better than that, kid.
What you got, Justin?
How old is Justin?
Year and a half. Here's
Oh, here it goes.
Look at this. He's like, I don't know.
This is not a bathtub, he's saying.
I don't know. John Franklin. So he's stroking the face right now.
Do us all a favor, buddy.
You can do it, buddy.
He's breathing in the negative ion.
Soaking them up.
He's used to getting in a bathtub daily, guys.
Yeah, he's like, you guys need to clean this again.
This is not bath water.
What's the big drop?
Can I reach it, Mom?
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Can I reach it, Mom?
Not a bathtub.
He's so cute, I can't stand it.
What about right here? What about
made for him to go in and out?
Rosette? What about right there?
People have said that about me my whole
Because
life.
it's flat.
Oh, man.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I have nothing to say about this. Ladies and gentlemen, Tanner Flowers.
You guys won't be seeing this every day.
That's it.
A lot of these contractors, guys, have been building ponds more than 20 years, and I'm safe to say it's everyone's first beaver build. So check that out, guys. Let me see if I can zoom in on him here for you.
He's like, why are you all looking
There
at
was,
me?
there was like leaves, there was a leaf right there.
Enjoy your new home, buddy.
What do you think?
Hi, baby. Hi, man. Oh, yeah.
Come on,
You got time
baby.
to explore, buddy.
He's trying to swim.
Yeah.
He's like, this is nice, but it's a little shallow.
And everybody's staring at me.
He's like, aquascape, get together.
All right, there he's going.
There you go.
There he goes.
Oh, it's so dirty.
How awesome is that, guys?
He's so happy. He's like, this is the biggest bathtub ever.
All right, Mama, what do you say? What do you think? Hey, how about a hand for everybody that came out here and worked today, huh?
Woo! Can you guys believe this? Have you guys ever seen such a thing? We built koi ponds for years. We built bass ponds. You name it, we built it. Never a beaver pond. This is a first. Check him out. John's getting some hands-on experience with Justin. I'll zoom in on this. Guys, you can see all the people that's made it happen here, guys. We got a pretty large crowd around gathered to see this unveiling. Look at all the people.
So here we go. Come over here, guys. Come here, Bridget. We're in the back. Ed, come here.
No, I'm just, but he was kind of, you guys go right there with the water pump.
All right. Bridget, Ed.
Can we keep it on here? Because I really don't want to take them out of it. Okay, can we be quick? Because I really
Yes.
don't want to take them out.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, we went under. Look at that.
Wow, he just smacked that water.
Hell yeah. So from the first time that we saw this, and you were trying to raise funds to get this, I said this is absolutely a perfect project for the certified aquascape counterfeit. So I put out the APB. All of these guys came from all over, from Canada, from Tennessee, from Michigan, from Wisconsin, from Chicago. And you know what I gotta tell you guys, I've been working with Ed for 25 years. And this is the very first time that we ever did that. The question now is going to be,
and I'm going to have to say, I thought he'd be a little bit more nervous getting in, but clearly this just feels natural to him. It's where he's supposed to be. And this has exceeded my expectations of what we ever thought we could afford, because we could not have afforded anything like this. So you have not stepped in. We've pulled an incredible crew. He just would not have this life of luxury. It would almost be like another baby gift for him. So
wow.
this is beyond what I had even dreamed of.
For 10 years, you've dedicated your life to wildlife. So for us to be able to use our talent as certified aquascape hunters and create something like this for you, it's truly a blessing. This is a labor of love. Ed, you did a fantastic job designing this. We're very curious to see how everything goes. We are going to be following Justin Beaver on Facebook and on the Dodo and everything else. But we are so absolutely thrilled to do this. So best of luck.
Yes, thank you, Greg.
How about a hand for the woman who's dedicated her life to this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's here.
These are my parents, so when I have to be gone out of my house more than 3 hours, I have to have them come put Jamie in the bathtub. They won't know what to do with their time. Here's their towel.
Hey, JB, my mom's here. Yeah.
He's there right to me, boy.
Hey, JB.
Because he knows I have this sweet because come on. I think he might be a little confused on what to do. He looked over here. This is
It's underneath that big rock on the bottom. Yeah, it's underneath. Yeah, if he dives under, I'm sure he will, you know. Exactly, the water will definitely clear up. Right, exactly. They'll explore a little bit more, and yep. Or actually, just put him in on that side and go.
Here, JD. Here, JD. Come on. Come on. Come on.
That's the spot for him.
You're so soggy. You're so
Right?
He's wanting to go back inside. Look at that, guys. Have you ever seen such a thing?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, come back to our Okay, guys, we just finished up. She just took Justin back inside. It is starting to pour down rain on us. Luckily, we got everything pretty much wrapped up. The guys are going to come back in the morning and finish cleanup here. So, guys, take a look behind me. And I'm really appreciative for all of you guys that have tuned in and joined along with us on this build. I'll try to flip the camera around real fast and give you guys one final shot before I head out of here. And you can see the rain hitting the water, guys. Take you guys over here one more time to see the waterfalls. Let me back up and show you all that in the shot right here. You gotta watch backing up. I was backing up earlier, guys, right over there. There was a rock, and I was dragging a roll of the concrete cloth. Yeah, I ate it. Everybody's like, Tanner, you okay? I was like, yeah, guys, I wish y'all would have had that on tape. As long as nobody gets hurt. As long as nobody gets hurt. It's funny. So I ate it in front of everyone. I think I was the only one that actually full-fledged failed today, but check it out, guys. So happy to have been part of this. So glad I could share it with each of you. Thank all of you so much, as always, for following along, like I always said. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button.
Drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And as always, guys, we'll see you on the next one.